This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mintz.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Damon was puffing as he made his evening chin-ups, one after another, on the neighborhood street gym next to the children's playground. He would make me wait for his decisions while he worked out. Occupational hazard. He dropped down from the metal bars, dripping with sweat. "Let me see the papers again?" he asked, holding out a glistening hand. I handed him the envelope as requested. He tore open the seal, even though he had already opened and read the correspondence earlier that day. I watched as a family approached. A mother and father holding hands, walking side by side while their kids held each other in a headlock. I thought of my own family. I wondered what Gavin would be feeding our children at this hour. I checked my watch, close to dinner time. "I don't know, I have to think about it," he replied, handing me back the papers. "But your answer must be given today." I stressed. He jumped up on the bars and reworked his chin-up routine. All the money in the world, and this guy still had to work out in the neighborhood of his youth. He told me once it was the only place where he truly felt like he belonged. I doubted anyone here would even know his name now. 7, 8, 9, 10. Meet me back at the office. Have the boardroom prepped. I'll address the board first before any decision is made, he said, lowering himself down once more. My teeth grated as I walked back to my car. This was what I had suggested to him 7 hours earlier. He needed to seek the advice of the board. If he had just listened to me earlier, we would not have wasted 7 hours, and now, potentially, an all-nighter just to get the sign-off. Another night of takeaway food and memories of my once happy husband and our children, all sharing a meal without me. He ducked back behind the wall of the apartment block adjacent to my car, not nearly as fast as he needed to avoid my noticing. Dark gray suit, glasses. "Can I help you?" I asked. I could not ask. It was as obvious as day he was spying on me. "Blast!" he yelled, having been caught in the act. "Stand down," he said into his wristwatch. A rustle from a tree across the street. I looked over. Another fellow was up there, looking down on us, making his descent. "What is this?" I asked. "Look, I know this looks weird. We are private investigators. As a professional courtesy, we don't get involved in the personal lives of our subjects," he said. "Your subjects?" I wondered. "Your husband," he said. "What about him?" "He paid us to keep a tail on you." "What?" "Yeah, but that's not why we approached you. God, I was hoping just to leave a note on your dashboard." The man trailed off. I grew frustrated. "Is this a joke? I'm very busy," I said. "Look, no, it isn't a joke," said the tree dweller. "Your husband has hired us for real-time surveillance. We were just on the line with him, feeding him info on your whereabouts." "Why? Why would he do that?" I asked. "That's not our place to speculate," said the gray jacket. "But just so you know, we were on the line with him. We could hear in our earpieces that he was preparing dinner, and he appears to have sliced off his finger cutting onions." They looked down as if delivering the news was a somber moment. "Is this a joke?" I asked again. They looked at one another. "We best be going now. We just thought you may want to know this in case you need to get home to the kids." They turned and left me there, alone with my car and a decision to make. I got behind the wheel and wondered how true their story was. Gavin investigating me? What for? What had I done? It took me a moment to realize that his life could be in danger due to his injury. The betrayal hurt more than the supposed injury, which was probably why I didn't focus on it. I didn't call Damon, I just drove, the radio off. Silence throughout the car, alone with my thoughts in the pavement of the road. When I made it home 30 minutes later, the lights were on inside. I could see Stacy's shadow in the living room, sitting on the couch watching television. Where was Gavin? I rang the doorbell. Stacy answered. Maud and Peter were sitting down to dinner, their eyes glued to the screen. "Mrs. Stevens, you're home," Stacy said. "Where's Gavin?" I asked. "Oh, haven't you heard? There has been an accident. He had to go to the hospital. He called me up to keep an eye on the kids," she explained. I looked over to the children. They didn't hear my voice. They didn't know I was home yet. Then it all clicked. I was being watched so that I wouldn't return home, at least not yet. "What did he do to you?" I asked her. I knew my husband. Now I was sure she did too. He didn't cut his own hand. She flinched. That's when I knew. He hurt me," was all she could say. "In front of my kids?" I asked. With her head lowered, she nodded. My replacement. He didn't have the guts to get rid of me yet. Far easier to keep tabs on me to make sure I didn't catch him in a compromised position. You did what you had to do, I said. She nodded. Now get the hell out of my house and never come back. Keeping her head low, she walked out of the doorway and off my property. The phone rang in my hand. Damon, where the hell are you? He yelled. Prep the goddamn boardroom, I said. I glanced up at the children, still glued to the screen. I shifted my gaze to the kitchen. A knife sat on the benchtop, surrounded by pools of deep red. I'll be there soon, I said as I contemplated my next move. I hung up just as he drew breath to yell some more.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.